Are you ready for some good news? You don't exist to please others. You exist to glorify God and live out your destiny in Christ. Here's today's text. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. In our continuation of the classic series about the power of grace to heal shame, we're learning again today about boundaries. In shame-based homes, personal boundaries are often ignored. Sadly, the message that's often communicated to the child is, what you want doesn't matter. For example, in the alcoholic home, where the attention is directed towards fixing or hiding the problem, there's little time to honor the child's own desires. In the most severe form of shame, molestation, the child receives the woeful message, you exist to please me. And when we've been subtly taught that what we want doesn't matter, and that instead we exist primarily to please others, it is exceedingly difficult to say no to anything that's asked of us. So the problem of non-existent or blurred boundaries are numerous. We can become exhausted people pleasers, we can become resentful, we can become perfectionists, or in our weariness, we can simply give up. But by far the greatest danger of blurred and non-existent boundaries is that we miss the voice of God in the midst of all the demands of others. God has a purpose for your life, a future, and a hope. It's important that you honor others and serve others as God leads you, but if you can never say no to the things that you aren't really called to do, how can you say yes to God's upward call for your life? But when grace heals shame, the soul finds its worth in Christ. You realize that God plants desires in your heart, so your desires really matter. Yes, God calls us to humble ourselves and serve others joyfully, but we do so as Christ did, not from compulsion, but choice. No one took Jesus' life. He laid it down in accord with the Father's plan. You can have healthy boundaries by the grace of God. When you do, you can invite others into your life when you want to. You can share your gifts as God leads. And most of all, you can live out the destiny God's called you to. That's the gospel. That's today's daily devotional. And if you missed today's full radio broadcast on this very important subject, you can find it for free at sharingthelight.org.